Hello guys, Robot1 here, and today I am doing a top 10 video for you guys, and this is going to be my top 10 best Pendulum Monsters of all time, essentially. So I'm going to be going down what I think are the top 10 best Pendulum Monsters in all of time. Well, currently, obviously, seeing as all Pendulum Monsters have not been released, these will be me telling you guys what I think are probably most likely the best Pendulum Monsters. So, seeing as I've said this, let's go on to the first one, which is number 10. So, number 10 has to go to Performer Power Radish Horse. Now, why Performer Power Radish Horse at number 10? Well, for starters, it is a monster that can be special summoned from the hand if your opponent controls a special summoned monster and you control the same or less amount of monsters as they do. Also, being able to take attack points from your opponent's monster and gain attack points onto one of your other monsters is just a very vital thing that has made me think this is one of the most greatest Pendulum monsters in the game. Now, obviously, it is not one of the best Pendulum monster, but it is still a very good Pendulum monster. So, number 10 has to go to Radish Horse purely because it's essentially a special free summon from hand. It's a low scale, I didn't mention that, and it can take attack points from monsters, and you can gain attack points, which can be a very vital thing in the game. So that's number 10, let's go on to number 9. Now, number 9 would have to go to Wisdom Eye Magician. Now, Wisdom Eye Magician was one of the most important cards in the Oddeyes Magician deck. Why is this number 10 though? Number 9. It is number 9 purely because its ability to swap out itself from scale. Sure, you need another Pendulum monster, or you need another Magician monster from deck, but just being able to open this card with another copy of it, or being able to open this card with another Magician scale, or a Performer Power scale even, allows you to just instantly set up your scale and make sure you have the perfect scale to actually be able to play. And knowing this, it just makes me think it's the perfect card for it to be at number 9. Being able to switch itself out for a different scale, being able to just make any scale possible. And it also has that little effect where if your scale is changed, then you can instantly change it to its original scale, which I know isn't that good an effect, but it can be useful at times, I suppose, which is kind of good. Plus, it's also a level 4 like Radish Horse, which was on number 10. And it's also a high scale, so yeah, it kind of helps there as well. So that is number 9, Wisdom Eye Magician. So let's move on to number 8. Now, number 8 has to go to Skull Crobat Joker. Why Skull Crobat Joker, you ask? Well, Skull Crobat Joker is a Pendulum monster that can search 3 different archetypes. And being able to search 3 different archetypes is no joke. It can search the Oddeyes archetype, the Magician archetype, and its own archetype of Performer Powers. Plus, it has a big beat stick, and being an 18 attack point monster helps you out so much as well. And being a level 4 on that, it makes rank 4 players possible. And being also another reason why it can be used is number 8 is because it is a multi-deck card. You use it in the Oddeyes deck, you use it in the Magician deck, you use it in the Performer Power deck, you use it in Draco Powers, you use it in Oddeyes Draco. Like, this card is one of the best top decks in the Pendulum deck, and just knowing this makes me think, oh, what an amazing card. So, yeah, number 8 has to go to Skull Crobat Joker, purely because it is a Stratos for 3 different decks, and being that as it may, is just so powerful. So, number 8 goes to Skull Crobat Joker. So, let's move on to number 9. So, number 9 is Ariadne the Absolver. Now, Ariadne the Absolver is on this list for 2 reasons. 1, it made an entire deck meta again, counter fairies to be exact. And 2, when it dies in the scale or on the field, you get to reveal 3 counter traps any free counter traps from your deck, your opponent picks one and adds it to your hand. So you could be revealing free strikes or warning strike, or even some other counter traps, say like drastic drop off, Grand Horn of Heaven, Black Horn of Heaven, if you want to go that way. There's also stuff like Unwavering Bonds you could search, Pendulum Hole. Like, there's an unlimited amount of counter traps that this card can help you get to. And also being a low scale that can stop you from paying costs from counter traps really does help this card, make this card even better. So, being at number 7 is a worthy cause for Ariadne. So, yeah, guys, Ariadne at number 7 is just a great thing, and I believe it is to be a number 7 for one of the greatest Pendulum Monsters of all time. So, now that that is said, let's go on to number 6. Now, number 6 is Oddeyes Pendulum Dragon. You guys are probably thinking, why Oddeyes Pendulum Dragon? Well, for starters, Oddeyes Pendulum Dragon has made so many plays possible in the Draco Powell Oddeyes deck, and without it, a lot of plays wouldn't have been possible. So, having this card in the Oddeyes Draco Powell deck is one of the most powerful things in the deck. So powerful that it allows you to get to your, say, MST/Eccentric Archfiend, your Pendulum Sorcerer, your Radish Horse if you want that, or any other Pendulum Monster with 1500 or less attack. Plus, being able to be searched by stuff like Sky Iris is another added bonus, along with also being able to do double damage to any monster it has. And just being able to be a searching card, a double damage dealer, and searchable with a card like Sky Iris is just such a powerful Pendulum monster, and I believe this to be number 6 of the most powerful Pendulum monsters, well, the most greatest Pendulum monsters of all time. So, Oddeyes Pendulum Dragon at number 6, I believe it is a worthy spot for Oddeyes Pendulum Dragon. So let's move on to number 5. Now, number 5 is a card that was instantly banned on the ban list. You can obviously see it is Perform Mage Plushfire. Now, Perform Mage Plushfire is on this list mainly because it made a whole deck stupidly powerful. Say, what was that deck? Pepe. Now, this card had to be banned to make Pepe balanced. It was banned along with its damage juggler as well as itself, and being banned along with them just makes you think, oh, this is a powerful card. Why isn't it banned as is? And me playing the Pepe deck when it was out, I know myself how powerful this card is. And being at number 5 is a very worthy cause for it. Seeing as it was banned, it was stupidly broken, and seeing it on this list is very not surprising. Seeing as it could allow you to special summon any Performage from your deck, whether in the scale or on the field. And being able to help make me do that means it's a Pendulum plays galore. And just with that in its own right, made the card stupidly broken. And so it is worthy to be a number 5 spot of the deck. Well, of all Pendulum monsters. So that's number 5. Let's go on to number 4. Now, number 4 is Luster Pendulum the Draco Slayer. Now, Luster Pendulum the Draco Slayer is at number 4 purely because it is one of the most stupid Pendulum monsters in the game. Well, it's not the most stupid, but the fact that it's a tuner, a Pendulum scale can't be used to make any other monster other than a Draco Slayer monster. But the fact that you can just be like, oh, I'm going to put it in my scale, destroy any of my Pendulum cards, and then search any Pendulum card with the same name, which made Pepe one of the most stupid decks possible as well. Plus, thanks to this card / its engine, there is now the Draco Powell deck that still lives on today, which makes me think, oh, this card is still amazing. It deserves to be on number 4. Plus, it's also used in decks like Metal Foes and still the Draco Powell deck today. So seeing these things means I believe that this is a card worthy of being on number 4. So number 4 goes to Luster Pendulum the Draco Slayer. And yeah, so let's move on to number 3. So number 3 is Performer Power Monkey Board. Why is Performer Power Monkey Board at number 3, you say? Purely because it is a 1-card scale that allows you to get either a Skullcrobat Joker or any Pendulum Performer Power Monster of level 4 or lower in the deck. So meaning you could search out a Unicorn, you could search out a Radish Horse, you could search out a Silverclaw, you could search out a Sorcerer. You can search out any Performer Power monster in your deck, and being a 1-card scale like that made Draco Pals so much better. Now, even though it was hit on the last list, this card is still one of the best Pendulum monsters in the game. If this card was still around, Draco Pals would still be on the top of all decks. It would be on top of Blue Eyes. It would be on top of ABC. It would be on top of every deck, in my opinion. Maybe not ABC, like I just said, but it would still be on top of Burning Abyss, Blue Eyes, any other deck you can think of in the meta, because I'm kind of running blank on them right now. But nonetheless, Monkey Board is a key card in the Performer Power deck, and even though it was taken away from us, I can still see it being one of the best Pendulum cards of all time. So, yeah, number 3 goes to Performer Power Monkey Board. Now, number 2. Number 2 will have to go to Cliffhaut Scout. Why Cliffhaut Scout, you ask? Well, Cliffhaut Scout was one of the first, most powerful Pendulum monsters in the game, and I see it even more powerful than Performer Power Monkey Board. Why, you ask? Well, being able to pay 800 every turn, all those memes about 800, go to the comment section, but nonetheless, being able to pay 800 every turn to search any Cliffhaut card, yes, any Cliffhaut card, meant that you were able to search your field spell, your equip spell, any of your monsters, another monolith. Anything was possible with Scout in the deck, and just being able to search any card in your deck was such a powerful object, and it made the deck a tier 1 deck in a second. Like, as soon as this deck came out, it was tier 1. No stupidness. Like, I believe it took 2 ban lists to kill this deck. I can't remember, but knowing this, it being a 1-card scale, plus it's a card to make Infinity right now as well. And I kind of jumped off the topic of the 1-card scale, but the Infinity just popped into my head. So knowing that this card is used in the deck of Metal Foes, and being able to make a 1-card Infinity is another stupid thing as well. So seeing this card still being used today in Metal Foes or Performer Pals, if you play it in that, means 1-card Infinities galore, and that is very, very stupid. Just being able to have a 1-card Infinity, a 1-card scale, and anything you want for an entire deck just by paying 800. So number 2 had to go to Cliffhaut Scout for all of those reasons. So now let's move on to number 1. Now, number 1, it has to go to one of the most broken Pendulum monsters in the game, and that Pendulum monster is Specter Kirin. What else would be on this list at number 1? Why, you ask? Well, for starters, Specter Kirin has the effect that says, I cannot be targeted or destroyed by effects. What else is there to say? Plus, just being able to stop your opponent from destroying or targeting this card is one of the most stupid things Konami has ever made. And limiting this to 1 was one of the best decisions they ever made. Purely because this card could single-handedly return your Joker to your hand, compose one of your opponent's monsters, and then be, oh, I'm going to normal summon my Joker back. The combos with this card made really stupid things, and it was essentially a trap card during your opponent's turn. Also, it being a low scale of 2, really, if you were playing the Draco Power Oddeyes deck, then you were able to summon back your Lizard Draws, you were able to summon back your Eccentric Archfiends, you were able to summon back any level 3 or higher monster because of this card, as long as you had an 8 scale, of course. But nonetheless, this card made such stupid plays as being a compulse, as being untargetable or destroyable by effects, and just being a low scale for that fact. So, compulse, low scale, undestroyable / targetable, it's a very stupid thing, and saying this card is number 1 is underrated, to be honest, because this card should be number 0, but this is not a top 11 list, it's a top 10 list. So, yeah, guys, number 1 goes to Specter Kirin. purely because it is one of the most broken Pendulum cards in the game, and I'm sure a lot of you can agree with me on this. So, yeah, guys, that is my top 10 most powerful Pendulum cards of all time. Well, most powerful / greatest Pendulum cards of all time. Tell me what you think in the comment section below this list. Tell me if you think that some cards should be changed out, some cards should be put in, and as etc. Because I would love to hear your feedback and love to know what you guys would think. As always, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe for more videos, and I will see you guys next time. Thank